Hey guys, Jackdaw here, hitting you with another Dragon Age 4 news update. Once more, we're delving into new information that's particularly concerning the expected release window of the next Dragon Age game. Now, last month we were told that Dragon Age 4 was in deep pre-production and it wasn't going to be released until at least 2024-2025, as the game seemingly was still undergoing its initial pre-production phases. However, in the months prior, we had contradictory news stories that Dragon Age 4 had already begun its full development stages and pre-production had wrapped up. These stories were both the Anthem team reshuffling back to Dragon Age and the departure of Fernando Melo, who in his goodbye letter stated that he helmed Dragon Age 4 out of pre-production and into full swing development. And to be honest, as someone who reported on these news stories, the expectation of this game's release was quite convoluted, with the messages that BioWare's senior staff were sending out, with Casey Hudson saying one thing and Fernando Melo telling the exact opposite. But as of today, this matter can rest in ease because it seems we have an update straight from EA themselves. You see, with the publication of EA's 2019 earnings call, an update has been made on Dragon Age 4's expected release window. And it's actually sooner than we expected since the original release window, which was aimed at 2024-2025. As it follows, Daniel Ahmad, a senior analyst at Nico Partners, was sitting in on the EA conference call that happened. He shared on Twitter the following statement, quote, "EA says that the new Dragon Age from BioWare is in development, but likely won't be until after fiscal year 22, so after April 2022, end quote." So 2022 is quite a dramatic change of time compared to 2024 and 2025. To gain further understanding, I took to investigating EA's earning calls myself to find the related Dragon Age tidbits, and I came across this gem. So this is all in EA's conference call, which is linked in the description down below if you want to check out for yourself. But without further ado, Mike Hickey asked about the next Dragon Age in the works concerning its future release. The big man himself, Blake Jorgensen, replied to him with the following statement, quote, "Yes, I mean, you should assume that there is Dragon Age out there, and we've talked about it publicly that it's in the works, and it probably comes after fiscal 22. But we typically don't give multi-year guidance this early in the year or multi-year guidance period, so I don't want to start giving 23 guidance now that I've started to hit on 22. But you should assume that it's out there and plans are underway for that product as well as some other products." End quote. So straight from the CFO's mouth, Dragon Age 4's initial release window is somewhere between late 2022 and early to mid 2023. Potentially even later. This is not a date set in stone. All he's really confirming is that we are definitely not going to be getting Dragon Age 4 at least until 2022. At a minimum, we could have our hands on Dragon Age 4 in spring of 2022, but it's certainly most unlikely. And of course, we want BioWare to spend as much time as possible on Dragon Age 4. Now, another thing that Blake touched upon was the as well as some other products. Now, we could spend all day speculating about what the heck that could mean, but to throw a few ideas out there, perhaps BioWare are still working on that rumoured Dragon Age Tactics game that was going to be an isometric Halo War styled game. Perhaps they're still making that, or they could be working on a mobile Dragon Age game, or Blake could be referring to the next installment of the Dragon Age Keep. Regardless, this is EA we're talking about, so of course they're going to get BioWare to make some sort of Dragon Age 4 companion app or a separate thing that they can have microtransactions attached to it. In any regards, I don't think that this will be another Dragon Age AAA game. It's most likely going to be a mobile tactics game or a companion app. But even still, there are seemingly other Dragon Age projects in the works, so take that as you will. In any event, we won't be playing Dragon Age 4 up until at least 2022. Whether we'll see trailers and other teasers is unknown. I know the Game Awards is ramping up really soon, and we're all kind of expecting to at least see something, but it's probably going to be unlikely with this release window that we have. BioWare generally start to market their games at least 2 years before for the launch of that title. And if we go and buy this book, maybe we'll see something next year, but even still, that's just me being optimistic as heck. However, let's focus on the positives here. BioWare, as it stands, have ample time to create the best Dragon Age game possible. All we can do in the meanwhile is wait and support the devs as they crack on with delivering an epic Dragon Age title. The fact that EA are literally letting them, in quotes, spend 3 to 4 to 5 years on Dragon Age 4 is actually quite amazing, especially at the current climate that EA are these days. The fact that the BioWare developers can now just home in on Dragon Age with seemingly plenty of time to work and just crack on with this game is awesome. Now, another element within this earnings call talks about EA delivering fan favourite remasters, which is mind-boggling to hear considering EA's hot takes on remasters and remakes in the past. It seems that they've changed their mind and we can now expect fan faves to come back as remasters. Now, it was stated that around this time last year, Dragon Age Origins as a remaster is a hopeful idea. And of course, we've all wanted to jump back into the Mass Effect trilogy since the mess that Andromeda was. So what a better way for Mass Effect to attempt to make a comeback than to have the trilogy remade for HD graphics and better controls. So I guess we can somewhat remain hopeful, right? Mass Effect and Dragon Age are both definitely fan favourites among EA's roster of games. And not to mention, N7 Day is just next week. So could we possibly have ourselves a remaster for the Mass Effect trilogy? I can only hope, but I mean, damn, I'm gonna hold on hoping out for that. And that is where I will leave this one. All in all, the more time spent on Dragon Age 4, the better the game. It's basic math, and we want this game to be the very finest it possibly can be. So the fact that EA are not rushing BioWare at this current moment is actually quite amazing in my opinion. Let's hope that it remains that way, and if BioWare needs to delay it, EA will let them do that. In any event, for all your things BioWare, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, all that good stuff, you're already in the right place. Be sure to check out my Patreon, blog, Instagram, links are in the description down below. But until the next one, I have been Jackdaw, and I should go.